Yeah, hi everybody, it's Peter here from Prado Places Oz. Today I'm going to road test my Esky. I've had it quite a while actually, and I've used it quite a few times, but I've never really thought about how long it keeps things cold for. So it's a Waco Dometic, it's just a 33 litre Esky, and yeah, I'm going to stick a bag of ice in it, and just a standard bag of ice, and see how long it stays in ice form, measure how much water comes out of it, try to calculate how much ice is being retained, and see how many days it keeps the Esky cold for. Here we go. Okay, so this is the Esky we're going to road test today. Dometic Cool Ice 33. It's got a nice rubber seal around it actually, which makes it a little bit better than the average Esky. That's what it looks like inside. I'm just going to load it up with stuff. Now, to be fair, I'm taking this stuff out of my refrigerator. Going to cover it with ice, and we'll see how long the ice lasts over the next few days. Okay, so just taking a little bit of gear out the fridge. You can see we've got some cans of drinks, some ginger beer, milk, orange juice, cheese, some fruit, yogurt, sort of things that you really take out if you're going out for the day on a picnic. I'm going to chuck the ice in on here, and then we'll start the test. Okay guys, so the test is starting. I have just emptied 5 kilos of the Bell's Pure Ice into the Esky. It is the 1st of January 2022, and it is 21 minutes past 9 in the morning. So the test is beginning. Let's see how long the ice lasts when I shut this boy down. It's got nice elasticated straps to really make that rubber seal nice and tight. So we'll see how long this ice lasts. So we've just got the Esky that we're testing in the back of the Prado. It's just going to be sitting in the cargo area. I don't have the cargo blind over it. We just got all our other gear packed up. So we've got all the picnic stuff there, and the Esky and some water, and see how the Esky performs on a pretty hot day. It's going to be 28 degrees here today in Sydney. Not everybody can afford a fridge, and certainly I don't have a fridge at the moment, or a second 12-volt battery or anything. So let's see how the Esky compares for a day trip, and see how long it keeps this Esky cold. Okay, so I just opened the valve on the Esky and tipped out the water through the valve at the bottom, and looks like just under 200 mils, about 150 mils of water. So that's equivalent to 150 grams of ice. So that's how much has melted in the first 3 hours, 150 grams off of the 5 kilograms I had to start. So there we go, I just opened the Esky for the first time after letting that water out at the bottom. You can see there's a lot of ice in there still. So this is 3 hours in, and the Esky's holding the temperature well. Okay, so there's the Esky now. Got it under the table, just having a brew, getting some coffee happening on the little Gusmate, and yeah, settled in for a bit of a picnic today down at Jarrawa. So this is our setup here with the chairs. Got all our kit in here, water, food, and just a very simple setup really. So guys, I should have added that for this Esky test, it's a real world test. I'm not leaving the Esky shut the whole time. We are obviously using it. So we've had it open and shut. We've been taking things in and out of it. So this is going to be like a real world test of how well the Esky keeps the ice frozen. Just thought I'd add that in. Hope it helps if you're buying an Esky. It's a beautiful spot here, as you can see from the pictures, but it's windy today. There's an onshore breeze and it's blowing a gale. It's 28 degrees though on the plus side. But this is beautiful Shoalhaven Heads. Okay, so it's time to do a time test again. Just got back home. It is now 4:35, so it's been 7¼ hours since I filled this up. We're going to have a look and see how much water drains out of it now. So we're draining a bit of water out the esky now, out the vent. We'll measure how much that is. Okay, so we just got about 600 mils out of it. Yeah, we'll see how much ice is in it. Okay, so I'm going to take the stuff out. You can see there's still a fair amount of ice in there. I'm going to take all the stuff out and just put it back in the fridge. And then we'll have another look and see how much ice is in there. Okay, so I've now taken out all the stuff that was in there. You can see how much ice is still left in the esky. That's after 7¼ hours. I've measured the water that came out accurately. It's exactly 800 mils. So we had 150 mils earlier and 800 now. That's 950 mils have actually been emptied out of the esky in 7¼ hours. Okay, so I've shut the esky back up and we'll measure it again at exactly 12 hours and see how much ice is in there. Okay, so it was just 950 mils since this morning, which is 950 grams in terms of the weight. So we'll say we've lost roughly 1 kilo of the ice since I started the test this morning. So 7¼ hours ago, started the test, and we've lost roughly 1 kilo of ice from what I put in at 9:20 this morning. Okay, so now we're going to do the 12-hour test. It's 9:30 at night. So this has now had ice in it for 12 hours. Let's have a look inside. Still quite a bit of ice. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Quite a bit of ice still inside the esky. Let's see how much water comes out. Okay, so I've taken another 600 mils of water out of the esky. So in a total, that makes 1.55 litres of water that I've actually taken out in 12 hours. So it's about 1.5 kilos of ice from the 5 that I put in there at 9:20 this morning. So that's pretty good. The esky's still got a lot of ice in it and still feels pretty cold. Okay, so it's now 24 hours since I did the original ice test. We're going to see how much ice is in the esky and measure the water coming out. Okay, well, there's still ice in the esky, as you can see. We will measure the water that comes out this morning. This will be the 24-hour test. So this is the 24-hour test. A little bit of water draining out from the esky. That's to be expected. Okay, so at 24 hours, we've had another 1.25 litres actually come out. So I'll need to do a calculation now to see how much has actually come out over the 24-hour period. Okay, so all up, 2.85 litres of water come out of the esky since I started the test, which equates to about 2.8 kilos of ice from the 5 kilos I originally put into the esky. Okay, so it's now 3:20 in the afternoon on Sunday, 2nd January. It's now 30 hours since the test started, and we're going to have a look and see what's happening. Okay, well, surprisingly, after 30 hours, we have still got ice down there in the box. Not very much, but we've still got ice. And put my hand in. It's still pretty cold. A lot of water, so let's drain it out. Okay, so I've just measured the water that came out, another 1.1 litres. So I think we were up to 2.85 litres, so up to 3.95 litres. So almost 4 litres of liquid now have come out of the esky since we started the test. So that, if you say 4 litres, that's roughly 4 kilos of ice, meaning that there's actually 1 kilo of ice left in the esky. And that actually looks about right. Let's have another look inside. So there's the remaining ice, and I reckon there is about 1 kilo of ice in there left. So experiment's going quite well so far. Okay, so the 36-hour test, 9:30 at night now, so we're going to do 36 hours, have a look inside. So remarkably, we still have ice in the esky. Bit of water, still have ice in there at 36 hours. I'll measure the water. Okay, so I've just measured the water that came out of the esky at 36 hours. I took out another 600 mils. So that's 600 grams of ice, taking us up to 4.6 kilos altogether, or pretty close to that amount of ice I've taken out in 36, which leaves us half a kilo in the esky after 36 hours, and it's still really cold in there, so I'm impressed. So hi everybody, it's the final day of the test. 48 hours now since the ice went in the esky, and we're going to have a look and see what's happened inside. Okay, so I don't know if you can actually see down there now, but it's pretty much all water. I can see like 3 ice cubes in there, but the ice is gone, so we'll measure it up and see what's left. So I just drained out the remaining water. There was about 700 or 800 mils in there left. So basically just over 5 liters of water came out of the 5 kilos of ice. But I think the outcome of this test is that an esky like this Dometic Cool Ice 33 will certainly give you 48 hours of cool temperatures, and if you're going away for a weekend, it's perfectly adequate to keep all your food and everything you need really cold. So that's the outcome of the test. Got 48 hours out of it, out of a 5 kilo block of ice. Cheers guys.